Okay, so little technical difficulty, sorry. I actually thought I was broadcasting and I wasn't, so I'm going to try that again. Hey, everybody, sorry for the delay. I am Jill Swing. Welcome to Livestream on YouTube. I am president of South Carolina Compassionate Care Alliance. And South Carolina Compassionate Care Alliance, for those of you who aren't familiar, we are a patients' rights advocacy organization made up of patients, parents with chronically ill children, and other advocates who support the use of medical cannabis in the state of South Carolina. Because we are recovering from Irma and we've had a few days off, I don't have a long broadcast for you guys today. I just wanted to touch base, do a few updates. I know many people are still recovering from the effects of the tropical storm, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with those in Florida and the Bahamas and the Caribbean, that felt the full effects of Hurricane Irma, and are in the midst of recovery efforts. But anyway, I wanted to just, be sure I was here on Wednesday and just give you guys a little bit of update on what South Carolina Compassionate Care Alliance has been up to. We do have some events coming up, so I wanted to put those on your radar. We also have some fundraising efforts that we are in the midst of, and then I'll talk about whatever else comes to mind. But first of all, I did want to let everyone know, this sort of snuck up on us again because we're focused on the storm the last few days, but the House Opioid Study Committee hearing will be tonight in Conway. It's tonight from 6 to 8. And let's see, let me pull up the notice about that. So I'm just going to read this for you. It will be tonight from 6 to 8 at the Horry County Government and Justice Center Council Chambers. That's 1301 2nd Avenue in Conway, from 6 to 8 this evening. They will be accepting public testimony. However, I know that from people who attended the event, the same meeting here in Charleston, it sounded like after they had their invited guests speak, there were only one or two people that got to had the opportunity to provide public testimony. So if you attend, which I would certainly encourage people who are available and able and live in the area to go and hear, the information that's being provided the committee. But if you would like to share your story, or if you've got some input, I would encourage you to put that in writing so that you can actually submit that to the committee members. Take 14 copies because there are 12 committee members and I believe 2 staffers. If that's too much copying for you to do, I just give it to a staff person and they'll make sure that everyone on the committee gets a copy. So that's tonight from 6 to 8 at the Horry County Government and Justice Center, 1301 2nd Avenue. And I know that for public testimony, they are requesting to keep that testimony to 5 minutes. And that doesn't sound like a lot because a lot of us have a lot to say. And, our health issues are quite often a journey. But if you just make sure what you have to say is very condensed and very concise, you can actually say a lot in 5 minutes. So definitely, if you guys can make it to that, I would encourage you to do that this evening, 6 to 8 at the Horry County Criminal Justice Center. So that's our first upcoming event. Next, I wanted to let you all know, if you live in the Greenwood area, you enter near Greenwood, we will have an educational event, same time frame actually, 6 to 8 in the evening, at Monroe's. And that will just be an educational event for our Greenwood advocacy group there. And I just want to give a special thanks to our Greenwood advocates. They have been doing a phenomenal job meeting with their legislators in their area and bringing some of those folks on board, educating them, and really changing hearts and minds by sharing their stories. And as advocates, that's really what we need to be doing, especially right now while we're in the what we call the off season. Now's the time to be meeting with our legislators and trying to help them understand the importance of medical cannabis and a comprehensive medical cannabis program within our state. So I certainly appreciate the efforts of our Greenwood team, and if you all can make it to their meeting on October 17th, I would encourage you to do so. We are working out on our speaker list right now, so that will be announced. And there is an event on Facebook. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but I think it's Greenwood Education. I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway, we'll be posting it on our like page, which is SC Compassionate Care Alliance. So just look for that on our Facebook page. More information, more details to come. Then we will have a series of events that we're working on in December. One will be a live music show with several bands. That will be in Greenville on December 16th. So put that on your calendar if you live in the Greenville area. It should be a lot of fun. There will be several bands playing, and we just encourage you all to come out and support our efforts. That will be a fundraising event for us as well. So I don't know exactly how much the tickets are going to be yet, but that's something that this is all sort of in the works. But since I know December is kind of a busy month, I wanted people to have the opportunity to go ahead and put that on their calendar. We'd love to see you guys up in Greenville for that event. And then speaking about fundraising, a couple other things. If you go to our website, which is www.sccompassion.com, under news, you will see a little thermometer. We do have a concentrated fundraising effort through the end of the month. We have some expenses coming up and some events coming up that will require us to put some money up front. So we are trying to raise money for those events to make those happen. So we're trying to raise $1,000 by the end of the month. And thank you to those of you who have contributed so far. But every little bit helps. So, I mean, there's no amount too small. Any donation we certainly greatly appreciate, and we'll be updating that in hopes of getting to our $1,000 mark by the end of the month. So be sure to go to our donate tab under SC Compassionate Care, or under www.sccompassion.com, which is our website, and make a donation so that you can help out our efforts for advocacy, throughout the state. And then speaking of fundraising, we have a really fun event scheduled for next month, October 21st. We're going to be doing, if those of you are familiar with the Charleston, West Ashley area, there is a greenway that actually goes all the way from the Ashley River to Main Road, which is the road out to Kiowa Seabrook. And the entire length of that is about 13 miles. But we are going to walk just a little 3-mile section. So it's going to be just a fun walk. And there is an event page already on Facebook. It's called Greenway Walk for Awareness. And that's really what that event is about raising awareness for medical cannabis and getting the community involved. And a lot of people don't even know we have a bill. So, we're going to be promoting our organization. We're going to be promoting the bill, and it is also a fundraising event. So people will be paying $30 to participate in the fun walk, but you'll get a really cool t-shirt as well as a coupon book that has little coupons from various local vendors, local retailers, and restaurants that will be sponsoring the event. So if you live in the Charleston area, put October 21st on your calendar. We're going to do registration from 4 to 4:30, and then the walk will be from 4:30 to 5:30. So it's kind of late afternoon, and early enough that, if you want to do the walk and then go visit one of the restaurants that's close by, you're certainly well within walking distance of all of that. So that's October 21st, will be our West Ashley Greenway Walk for Awareness here in Charleston. So those are kind of our big events that we've got going on coming up. We do have a couple other side projects that we are working on. We are going to be continuing to do more live streams, and so I'm really, really excited about the folks that we are bringing in to join me on the live streams. So I appreciate everyone that has tuned in and listened to what I had to say, and thankfully now you won't just have to listen to me ramble. There'll be other people with me. But we have finalized our paperwork to become an affiliate with ASA, which is Americans for Safe Access. That is a national organization that does a tremendous amount of advocacy work in our capital in DC, and they also help states with their efforts. So we will be joining forces with ASA. It's one of the things I'm most excited about that we've been working on over the last couple of months, because they've been in this for a long time, and they have a tremendous amount of resources and information. In fact, they gave me their full informational packet about opioids versus cannabis, and the benefits of cannabis in states that have comprehensive medical cannabis programs, and how the overdose deaths have been significantly reduced. So ASA is just a really credible, informative organization. I would encourage all of y'all, it's not very expensive to become a member, but just having their backup and their information and things that they're going to be able to help us with. I'm super thrilled about that. So I believe this Friday we are going to have one of the folks from ASA joining me on Livestream. That one will be on Facebook. So just need to do is go to Facebook, LIFESTREAM, one word, like that page, and then you should get notification that Livestream is streaming live, so that you can see that live. And certainly we post those, so if you are unavailable at 12:30 on Friday, you can just view those at your convenience. But lots of really good information should be coming out from that one in particular. They'll be talking about how we are joining efforts with ASA, and we'll be getting support from them and helping get our bill passed. And then we'll also be talking about the CARES Act, which is the federal bill that they just announced a whole stack of new co-sponsors for that bill. And I am very happy to say that my own Congressman, Mark Sanford, has signed on as a co-sponsor to that bill. So certainly we appreciate him and his support. And so we'll be talking about what we can do on not just a state level, but on a federal level, as far as getting laws that are going to be supporting our efforts. So that will be this Friday. And then next Wednesday, I'm very excited that that we are going to have one of our local business owner, entrepreneur women, Beth Cook, is going to be joining me on the YouTube live stream. And she is like I said, she's a local business owner, and she has turned into a medical cannabis advocate and is very, very interested in this industry. And she's going to tell us a little bit about, first of all, how she got interested in medical cannabis, and then also share with us some of her adventures. She's gone to several trade shows, and she has been to the State House to advocate up there. So I'm very excited to have Beth Cook joining us on Wednesday. That's on YouTube at 12:30, if I can get it televised correctly. And then on next Friday, I am most excited to have Rosemary Wallace joining us. Rosemary is I don't know if y'all are familiar with Rosemary. She is a veteran. She is an amazing advocate. She also has her own radio show, and she is working with minorities for medical marijuana. So she's going to be telling us a little bit about her show, about getting minorities involved in the advocacy efforts, and if you know Rosemary, we don't know where that show is going to take us, but it should be fun. So that's next Friday on Livestream on Facebook. So on every Friday at 12:30, we're doing live streams on Facebook. Every Wednesday, we're doing live streams on YouTube. And certainly, again, like I said, if you missed them live, we will be posting them later, but certainly if you have the opportunity to see them live, they're a little bit more interactive. You have the opportunity to ask questions if you'd like, and certainly some of my folks that are going to be joining me, I'm sure you guys will have lots of questions, so be thinking about that, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. So I think that is going to be my broadcast for today. So a lot of information, and certainly if you have questions, you can always message me, Jill Swing. And like I said, a lot of what I talked about today is posted on our Facebook groups, but we have several different groups. We have a like page, we have a closed group for our advocates, and then we have regional groups. So if you feel like you're missing out on anything, give me a holler, let me know. I can get you up to date. You can also contact us through our website, which is www.sccompassion.com. And then I encourage you, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our blog, and we also have a link, so we back up now so you can start receiving our emails. Those will start going out very soon. So lots of ways to communicate with us. Certainly if you have any questions, if you want to support our efforts, we are a statewide organization, so we definitely want to encourage everyone to be involved as much as they are able. So please join us in what we're doing. We appreciate everyone's support, certainly the financial support right now as we continue our fundraising drive through the end of the month. Like I said, we're trying to get to $1,000 by the end of the month. So help us out there, and hopefully we'll see you at some of our upcoming events, and we will be posting, and I'll be sharing more information as more events come online. So besides that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I really appreciate you listening to Livestream today on YouTube. Thanks.